Hey everybody, let me show you what I got going on today. I'm going to install Bitdefender Internet Security. This is the current antivirus internet security that I'm recommending. We did Kaspersky for years, but due to all the concerns about Kaspersky being Russian and all that, decided to change and search for an alternative. So I looked online and looked at all the top companies. I decided with Bitdefender. If you take a look at the review sites, not the review sites, but antivirus tests, the sites that are the professional sites that are assessing them, you're going to find that Bitdefender is always in the top. I would, top three. Kaspersky is always in that top three too, and that's how I initially chose Kaspersky. So this was right in that same, top group all the time. They don't always stay at number one or at number two, or sometimes their scores are equal. So I'm going to go through a brief installation, a basic installation, not that it requires a technician, but just to show you some of the steps to it. So I'm going to go online and went to bitdefender.com/downloads, and you're going to choose the version that you have the license for. The one that I do is the Internet Security, so I'm going to download that. I'm here, where am I, in Chrome? It's going to come down there. On the download, start it up. So I'm going to pause that there and come back to it. Alright, so we got that. I'm going to uncheck that product reports. So download and install. The product reports is sending them information. If you want to do that, that's fine. So the site that you can use, that I was saying the reviews, is this site here, AV Test. So if you go to this site, they review and test all the antiviruses. You could see Bitdefender there is one of the top ones, and that's got a 6.6 and a 5.5. Kaspersky's got a 6.6 and a 6, and this is done every month or every couple of months. So if you look at, when they do the test every so often, they move up and down, but you're gonna see, it's in the top of the list. Then from there, other features you're gonna look at is, the price, availability, ease of use. One of the performance factors, how much does it affect performance, and all that. So one of the things that I look at also is that I don't like the internet securities that are bundled up with the 27 features. So that's why I use the internet security. After this, they have the total security. They have some with they have them with the VPN, which makes sense. You have them with passwords, password managers, and things like that. So not everybody's going to be open to that. So that's why I carry and recommend the internet security to the customers, because they may already have their VPN, so they don't need that. They may have their password manager, and frankly, password manager, I would just go with a straight password manager and make the best choice on that, rather than bundle it up with the internet security. And the same thing with the VPN. Just get that straight up. Usually a standalone, I think, is going to do a better job than one that's bundled up. Specialty company that's just doing VPN generally is going to do a better job. Specialty company doing just password, management, probably going to do a better job. Password manager, I use LastPass. Been using that for a while. Haven't really heard of any problems with it. And as far as a VPN, I don't use a VPN here in the office, but some people do want to keep their things private, so I can understand. That there. And I'll be looking into some of the VPNs because I am getting a lot of customers asking about that. And since I currently don't use it, I really don't give any feedback. But I am going to start taking a look at the different options there and have a video for you and give you some recommendations. So this is almost done. Finalizing there. Don't you hate it when it's at 99% and then it takes like another 5 minutes? Right, so it's going to ask you for a device assessment, which we're going to do. I only skip that if I do a fresh installation. I skip it because basically the computer's clean. But yeah, we're going to run that. We're going to let that run in the background. It's going to run I'm not sure if that runs a quick scan or a full scan, but either way. So let's continue right along. That's going to run in the background. So I'm going to open it back up, activate it. You do have to create an account for it. That's one of the things that I did like about Kaspersky in the past. You didn't have to have an account. You could just activate it. But the new Kaspersky updates require an account as well. So you could have a little dummy account if you don't want to provide your true account information. You can just have a dummy account, but nothing wrong with putting your account information here. Basically just your email. So I mean, if you don't trust your security offering, then there's a problem. So let me just pause this and get this information in there. All right, so I logged in or put the account information, password, created a password. Then you're going to go to activate. If you have an activation code, you would just write it there. So if you purchase one from me and I send it to you, that's basically what you're doing, is putting it here. And here, obviously, if you're going to buy one. Or if you're going to do the trial, then you would do that there as well. So I got a code here. And let's pause that as well. Okay, so I got that activated, and we're back here. It does its configuration. Hope that doesn't take too long, so I may pause that. Okay, that's fine. So it did run the background scan. The assessment scan. Okay, start using Bitdefender. It's configured. Now we're going to open up the main menu. We're going to do a couple things here. We're going to do this vulnerability scan. We're going to let that run. I'm also going to set up a weekly scan. We're going to go to protection, antivirus. And here, you can see down here, manage scans. We're going to do a custom scan. And this runs, all the time, but I do like to put in a full weekly scan on there. So I'm going to do that here. Create a custom scan. I'm going to select the whole computer. So basically any of the drives, or all the drives. Here, a lot of details if you really want to drill into these, but I'm gonna go with all the defaults. So there, I'm just going to next, and then here is we're just gonna schedule it and when. System startup, that would be every time the computer starts up. I think that's overkill. So here I'm just gonna go weekly, and it gives you, a date and time there. If you want to change that, you could. I just go with whatever's there, which is I think a week from now, pretty much. Yeah. Save that. So I got a weekly scan in there. Let me go through my checklist. I do have a little checklist that I go through. I got that weekly scan. The other thing I do too, well, this is Wi-Fi network. I don't know why I get that here, that it says that my network is insecure, but it's not. So I'm going to just say no. I should have clicked the box. Don't keep reminding me, because that'll keep popping up. And then it tells you, do you want to use a VPN? And it's basically selling you the VPN. So that is a little bit of a pain in the neck. But once you click, don't remind me about this network, it just won't show up anymore. What else we got? Updates. Even though you download it, directly from the site, I guess that's the installer. And when I've come down here to update now, there's almost always an update. So I'm not going to do it right now. Let me see if there's anything else I want to go over on here before I do that, because that takes a while. All right, let's just go back to the vulnerability scan. Should have finished already. Let's see. All right, so vulnerability scan completed, and I would approve all the recommendations here. So you're going to see here auto run. By default, auto run is on. So their recommendation is to not have auto run. So just click on fix issue. And there's going to be, the first one here. Okay, the first one I think was the Wi-Fi, which we're just going to ignore. So I guess we're really going to have 4. And while that's fixing, you can't really change. You can't go to the next one. So you got to sit it out, wait it out. I can't move to the next item. So you just wait for it. All right, so now I cleared up. Another one here. This is like an automatic sign-in. That's a default of Windows. We're going to fix that. So, you could read through them, but I would go with all the recommendations, except the VPN. But if you want to get the VPN, go right ahead. And again, while that's working, you can't really do anything here. You got to wait. Can we click on this? No. So you got to wait. All right. Another one there, browser security. These are some browser security zones. You could read through the details. Again, I just go with recommendation to fix that. And the last one, Internet Explorer, which you're not really using, but I guess since it's embedded, so we're going to say fine, fix that one as well. I got this pop-up down here, which is if you want to do ransomware remediation, and I'm going to say yes. This usually pops up in the process, but if not, you can go straight to it and turn it on. It's a system where it detects a ransomware and will shut it down, which is definitely good to have. All right, so I think we're done with these. Let's see when this clears up. We're done. The only one was, the safe Wi-Fi. That doesn't make sense. No password. There is a password, so I just ignore that one. So we're good there. If we run that again, it should just show the 1. So we'll let that run. I would do a quick scan and I would do a system scan. The quick scan is quick, and the system scan is a little bit longer. But I believe actually no. Yeah, you do got to do it. The first one is some other type of scan. So I'm going to skip those. And actually, I believe that's it. Actually, let's go back to the dashboard. And no, protection. Right, so the ransom remediation that just popped up here, it's here. So if it doesn't pop up on you, you do want to turn that on. And everything else I leave by default. I don't really change anything, but there's just quite a few different features and options. I use it, like I said, on the defaults. I just add the weekly, and we're pretty good. Let's go back to a vulnerability. So let's do that one again. We did that. I can't see why this still is giving us recommendations on Internet Explorer. I think because it's built in still to Windows. It never got taken out. Let's see if it'll actually. So we're at 16 minutes, so that's pretty much it. The other things you're going to do, which I'm going to do off camera, is the short test. Let's do this one again. Quick scan, system scan, and then right click down here, update. That update I know takes, I've seen it take like 10 minutes. I can't imagine why. So that's what we're using now, what I'm recommending, Bitdefender Internet Security, or one of the more advanced if you want to have the other features, and basically the quick setup. And that's what's going on right here, right now at PC 911.